I think we created a lot of good moments even in the final third, more especially first half. I think the game was a little bit open first half, with better touch in the final third, in 3v2 moments, in 2v1 moments, in moments where just a good touch beyond the defender, you're already facing the goalkeeper, but we made a meal out of those situations. I can count maybe 4 or 5 where I think Australia could have just received the ball away from the defender. The next thing you're facing the keeper, because the defender had no other action. The second thing, same thing. Then Knox, we've got a 3 versus 2. If you put the ball across to the far side, Squishy was free there. And then the wrong passes on the other side by Theron earlier. But the truth is there is a big improvement in many aspects of the game. But unfortunately, our final third does not translate into the performances that we are giving, and I'm still very optimistic that we will improve, because the team looks very good in many aspects of the game, to be honest.
Thank you, guys. We can take questions.
Coach, maybe did you get a chance to check on your dad on the time?
No, the doctor said it's not bad. He apparently had a chest issue that was not very serious, and when he got a knock into the chest, then that's when it flared up and created more problems for him. But the doctor said he's okay.
Coach, Coach, we keep seeing a lot of new faces in the team, and it's very late on in the season as well. Are you finding any difficulty emerging them and putting them in and putting them and making them a part of your puzzle at this stage of the season?
No, I wouldn't say that, because I think I'm happy with the contribution of the players that we got so late in the season. I must say, I think they are contributing fairly well into what we are trying to do. Australia was strong in the previous match. Even today, with better touches here and there, it could have been the decider of the match. Manqoba had an outstanding match. Got tired in the latter stages because we never anticipated to use him early in the match. Unfortunately, when Theron had to go out, then he was the main option for that. It's something that we would not anticipate, because I was sure he was going to give us a very good 45 minutes. But now he was stretched to more than 60 minutes, and that was difficult. But otherwise, I think the impact and the contribution of all the players that have not been playing regularly, even within the club, it's looking good, because you have John, he's not been playing. Unfortunately, we lost Temba on a long-term injury. You have to find that combination and make it work. But truth be told, I think there's a lot of positives than negatives.
Just to add on that, do you think the club has kind of like completed the main part of the job in terms of the signings for the transfer window? Because I think we've made, more than 3 or 4 signings.
Which window?
Like the next window.
The upcoming one.
Yeah, do you think like you have completed the main part of it?
I wouldn't want to talk about what's going to happen next, because at this stage I'm not sure about anything.
Talking about that, Coach, as I want mhlambe ukubheka lesimo lesi i-arrows akusona sinamagame ngithi amathathu noma amabili asele manje i-top 8 ibukeka i-possible ngendlela i-league ilokho ekhona. Mhlambe kuzokusiza kanjani lokho ukuthi uprepare abadlali for lelo sini ngoba idabi abadlali bafuna ukuthi emva kwedabi bafuna ukuprove again. Mhlambe kuzokusiza kanjani lokho ukuthi motivate abadlali ukuthi mhlambe bakwazi ukuthi bafinish in the top 8?
The good thing is that, man, these boys are really willing to learn, and I'm very pleased with a whole lot of positives that I see within the group, and the improvement even physically. I think they've adapted, because the type of a game that we're playing is very demanding, and they've adapted fairly well in making sure that we are able to sustain good football actions. When I started, we would have a very good first half and the second half would be dead. Now we are able to sustain these football actions, but we just need to help ourselves, because sometimes we work even harder when you did not take your chances earlier, because once you have taken a lead, then you take control of the game. The game is played at a tempo that suits you, and we are not doing enough of that. We probably react most of the time, and in my opinion, I think the process is still okay. I'm not very worried at all. I still see the possibility of finishing in the top 8, to be honest.
Kwi-interview abanayo coach wakuveza ukuthi ikusasa laziwa and kuningi abantu ama-interest abekhona ngawe in Africa, and umbuzo kaSithole uke wabuza ukuthi ngaphansi ama-transfer wathi you're not sure about izinto ey'ningi ezizayo, mhlawumbe ngabe lokho kukhulunywa nangekusasa lakho because
No, I'm not referring to ikusasa lami. I'm talking about, I wouldn't want to be jumping into what's going to happen next season when I still have a season that we have to deliver to the team, because for me that would be premature, because we still have a big responsibility to try and focus on what is happening now. Imagine me talking about what's going to happen with my future and we still have so many matches to play. And for me, I think that will be irresponsible, because the boys, the team and everybody else expects me to help the team to get out of this mess, and it is my responsibility to then try and make sure that I get the team out of this mess.
Maybe coach, maybe just one final one for me. Maybe just to get your reaction, Ganzi Izolo, it was the first time in a long time where we saw the country sort of unite behind two teams that are going to be playing at the biggest stage. Obviously, Pirates weren't able to move forward. Just your reaction to that and what you think an all South African final could have done to the South African game in general.
I wouldn't even want to go to the last stage of the South African final. I think personally we should just be proud of how much impact and improvement South African football has had in the past few years. And to see Pirates back in the Champions League and going as far as they went, for me that was very positive. Sometimes we forget that maybe the previous season they could not even come out of the group, or they could not even make the quarterfinal. But when you see them going as far as they did, you should be very proud and see that the PSL has really improved in leaps and bounds, and maybe also take some time to appreciate the work that the national team has done, because I think with the national team doing well, these teams and these players are forced to try to give an A game in their teams to make sure that they fight to stay within the national team, and that those things normally work hand in hand. And personally, I'm just a proud South African with the impact that South Africa is making. Look at Stellenbosch. Who would have thought Stellenbosch would be in the semi-final of the Confederations Cup? And they are there, and they are strong. Anything can still happen. So for me, that's the positives that we should take as a country if we are patriotic enough.
Sabonga, coach.